Sleep bloody hoes like you on the rag. Oh, I laugh. Chico with the pole when your soul gets grabbed. Hold me back. I know the assignment and you're overclass.
What's going on, dope shit gang? It's your boy DarrnellBradley back at y'all with another Twitter talk. It's been a minute. I debated this one. I'm not gonna lie, I debated this one. But I figured if I'm gonna speak on the stuff I have spoken on thus far, I couldn't let this one get a pass, could I? Could I? So, if you, well, I mean, you saw the title, so I mean, you gotta know. I mean, it's a lot, man. I woke up, bruh. I hit Twitter and I was like, what's happening? People was going crazy, losing their shit. Hop on Twitter, see what's popping on, and we got this. 5 years ago, in 2017, when I was 19, I sexted someone I was talking to in a server whilst in a relationship with my ex. Obviously incorrect, what he did in that aspect. All right, I was young and I was stupid, and it's something I regretted then and still regret. At the time, however, I didn't know the person's age. I assumed they were 18, as almost everyone in that Discord server was to my knowledge, and they were flirtatious in voice chats with people, even if it was friendly. It made me assume they were old enough to be doing so. Okay. Plus, the sexting begun after I bought them a sex toy for Secret Santa that they had expressed as something they had wanted. All right. It was not something that really crossed my mind, as I was also young, and in hindsight, I should have made a conscious effort to check. I sincerely regret that, and I apologize for my oversight, and I realize the damage that such lack of thought can have, as so many others have found out. The only reason I asked them not to tell anyone was because I obviously was in a relationship and didn't want it getting to my ex, not because I was trying to stifle any damage regarding our age difference, because as I said, I had no idea about that. Now we're gonna get into some more of like this part versus what some stuff that THIGHHI had posted, and so we going, because that for me, that's like a really pivotal point in this. Obviously it did reach my ex, and I remember it well. It was an awful experience and the worst thing I'd ever done, but I only found out about the person's age in the moment my ex discovered it, and I was surprised then. It came up as an, oh, by the way, when they first messaged each other in 2017. They ended up not being my age, but being 16, 3 years younger than me. We're gonna get into that too. The posted messages are from when my ex decided to go back and ask more questions in 2019, but the incident happened in 2017. Regardless, it was a terrible thing I did and spent a long time making it up to her at the time. I've never done anything like it since, and my ex could attest to this. I wanted to come clean and clarify that I didn't know their age at the time, and it was something that was dealt with 5 years ago. I never made excuses for the cheating back then, and I apologized to the person in question at the time and proceeded to agree to break contact, as I knew it would be inappropriate. I hate having to talk about my private life like this, and I understand if people think less of me for it. I still consider it the worst thing I've done, and I've made a deliberate and conscious effort to never repeat that mistake. Jesus, that was a mouthful. Now I'm gonna go ahead and touch on the basis of, obviously, yeah, the cheating part is wrong. That's more of a personal thing, like between them people's, like whether it was like say it was like somebody in Hollywood or whatever, and I heard they cheated on their significant other. Like, yeah, I could sit up here and clearly say that's wrong and be factual in that statement, but do I really genuinely have a strong emotion tied to that thing they did? No, it's not my relationship. I don't care that much. We're gonna keep going so we can get the well-rounded thing. So I had to backtrack. So I had to see what man was talking about, right? Obviously. So I head on over to THIGHHI's Twitter, see what she had posted. We got this. I believe this is from the girl who Rustage was cheating on Senpai with when they messaged, but these messages are from, like he said, in 2019. So obviously she went back and she went back to get some more information. There wasn't really much more than like friendly flirting, but that wasn't uncommon in the server. We only ever really interacted in server calls prior to the sexual DMs. but I also didn't know he was in a relationship, and his friendly flirting was given comfortable enough that I was pretty certain it was implicit that he was single. But that could be my own poor judgment, so take that as you will. Aside from that, it's hard to say whether it was a one-time thing because it kind of transpired over like a week or so. I see what you're saying. So I'll kind of give you my timeline on things. I'm not totally sure what you have or haven't heard about the situation, so I'm sorry if some of this is redundant. Basically, on December 9th or 10th, we were in a call in the server with like one or two other people and made some dumb comment about her wanting some dick. And Daniel said something about like how he would buy her a dildo, but it was kind of like played off as a joke. But afterward, he DM'd me and was like, "You really want that dildo?" sorry. I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna stop making jokes. Send me a link and I'll get it for you, and just don't tell anyone. And so I sent a link, and also we're gonna come back to that "don't tell anyone" line. We're gonna come back to that. And so I sent a link, and it turned out that he had gotten it for being the server's Secret Santa thing and was gonna be the gift, whatever. I told him I got it on the 14th, and the night of the 19th, he messaged me saying some other type shit. God. Now that he could get her the second best. See, he just lines. All right. Let's skip forward. Alright, I'm looking at the Discord logs and comparing it to the screenshots I took before I initially DM'd you on Twitter, and there are some messages of his that he deleted, so let me know if you want those, I guess. Between this and that, between this one and this one, there's some stuff missing in the middle, but I don't know. But I ended up going to bed 22nd, and I messaged him just a kind of like, "Hey, what's up?" He said some shit about, "Are you still trying to get Jesus?" And he said, "Water, my man parched." But anyway, which like was kind of fucking weird because it was out of nowhere. But I digress. I mean, you get out of nowhere, but you go over here telling people you need dick, so I don't really know how much out of nowhere it is. You kind of put yourself out there to be that type of individual. But I asked him about like what he's into and stuff, tried to get wholesome, and replied again, noticing I said some stuff about how I could have sent nudes earlier that day. He wouldn't have minded that, and then he ended up going to bed. Aside from the Merry Xmas, kind of stopped talking over the course of the next week, so I kind of started to feel shittier about it because, oh yeah, this is where she found out that he had a girlfriend because somebody said it in the server. We kind of stopped talking over the course of the next week, so I kind of started to feel shittier about it because, like, I was 16 and the whole thing was just kind of felt weird, and he told me not to tell anyone so much that I kind of just sat there with it and assumed he was just nervous about the underage thing. So that's the part. So I shouldn't tell anyone so as to not get him in trouble, like legal trouble. And then when I was in a call in the server, I said something like, "Oh, Daniel hasn't really been around lately," and someone was like, "Oh, I think he's in the US with his girlfriend." And that's when her heart dropped because she did not know that he had a girlfriend. For me, as far as what Daniel wrote, Rustage wrote, and that wrote, a lot of that hinges on the no. You know what I'm saying? She is implying that Rustage knew, but I haven't seen, like I said with the J Music dude, I believe like there was like explicit shit that showed that man knew what he was doing. I feel like if he didn't know, there gotta be something. There's gotta be something that with all this stuff coming out, all the screenshots and whatever, you tell me ain't nobody got no screenshot of him like knowing this, like for real. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. I'm 31 years old. These are all children to me, especially on some 19, 16 shit. You're both kids. Yeah, legally, you're an adult, but you're not a fucking adult. I'm sorry. Anybody who thinks that you turn 18 and you're just grown, like mentally, like you got some hard shit to learn about life, boy. I tell you. But for me, for real, like when it comes to situations like this, like you got what Rustage did, right? You got the J Music guy. Then you got motherfuckers like EP. Like, come on. 3-year difference in either direction, no one would give a shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just that 18 was passed. And I get where you're coming from. under the auspices of whether he knew or not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if he knew and he still went at it, we got a problem. But if he didn't know, he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's why y'all motherfuckers gotta be careful with this online shit, man. Y'all gotta, hey yo, can you gotta do some Bank of America shit? Can you go ahead and take a picture of your ID and social and send that to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can't be playing these games. I feel like there is definitely a time to be up in arms about some shit. Definitely a time to get a motherfucker out of there on some shit. I don't see this as one of those times, and yeah, you're gonna have people all over, oh, but no, you're just saying that because it's Rustage, and he's this, and he's that, and he's this. And if you're gonna ignore the clear differences in situations, then I can't help you with that. This is, to me, a bunch of kids who did dumb shit. Like, I gotta keep it a beam with you. This, for me, is a bunch of kids who did some dumb shit. Like, and I'm sorry, Thigh is mad. She mad, and she said in several, like, what is it? She said something about this man ghosted her for a year. Yo, here you go. He can say what he wants about this, but has ghosted me for over a year, and if he wanted to make things right with me, he could have no messages. He could have no messages. But yo, look, for 5 years, for 5 whole years to go by since this happened. To be honest with y'all, until this happened, I didn't even know they broke up. Until today, I did not know they were not an item. I had no idea. I can definitely say that Rustage was naive in what he was doing. Like 18, 19, shit like that. You have got to condition yourself to ask motherfuckers they age. As time progresses, it becomes less and less, like that whole I didn't know shit becomes less and less valid. She says something about, I only did this because I can't fuck with you if you fuck with him. Like, I can't be your friend if you're his friend and you know this, or if you've known this about him and you haven't done anything. And I gotta call Cap. Like, girl, you have 5 years. You could have dropped this shit the moment it happened. Like I said, it don't take away from what my man's did, because yeah, he did dumb shit with the cheating thing, and yeah, he should have definitely asked that age. But my man didn't know. He didn't know. You talk about, man, ghosted you for a year, so we already know you mad. I don't know the conditions of y'all breakup, but this is making me very curious. If you really didn't didn't want to fuck with people who fucked with him, I mean, like, you could have hit them people up. Like, she literally said this wasn't to cancel him. I'm like, wait a minute, let me find it. Oh shit, I forgot it was in the same thing that I got the other thing from. It's like, the only reason I didn't come out the gate with screenshots is it feels like it's not my story to tell, and I have nothing to gain by claiming this. So I didn't think it was necessary, but okay. Look, here's the thing with that. If you levy some kind of claim about this against someone like Rustage, you know you gotta come up with some goddamn evidence. Even if you don't at first, you know people are gonna ask. So I feel like that was just a play. If you didn't come out with nothing at first, you knew people was gonna tell you to do that. That's why you had this. That's why you had the shit ready on deck. You know what I'm saying? You went back. Freaking. This was 2019. You got this information. You had this on deck. Like, you was ready to present this. You knew what you was doing. Was she saying happened physically in the situation? Okay. But like, as far as her intentions and putting it out, like, come on. Like, I'm not mad about it. But like, just be real. Just, you know what she was doing. You seem salty because dude ghosted you, and like I said, I don't know the parameters of y'all breakup, but you seem real mad, and you did this to get back at him for something. Like I said, if it was 1916 and he knew, and there was something to prove that he knew, then yeah, then we got a whole nother conversation to have, because then you know. Like, when you 18, you legally know that you just turned 18 and that you shouldn't be fucking with nobody that age. If you know these things and you continue to move forward, that's a whole different conversation. But if you don't know, which, like he was saying, you should have been asking questions. But if you don't know, you don't know. And all I know is he was saying, like I said, he said people in there was talking like they was this, that in the server. Girl was talking spicy in the server, and shit led up to whatever. But like I said, her message, the girl alludes to Rustage knowing she was 16. But I would really like to see, and all these damn screenshots being shared, I would really like to see something that definitively says, like, has proof that Rustage knew she was 16. Because the whole thing about, oh, don't tell anyone, he was cheating on Thigh High, guys. Like, obviously you don't want people to tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. You know what I'm saying? He was being shiesty. He was doing fuck shit. Like 100%. Like not telling girl that he had a girlfriend. Then saying, don't tell anyone. Like, you can put those together. You know what I'm saying? He kept her in the dark about that. Kept Thigh High in the dark about that. So obviously he don't want people telling to shit get around. He doing fuck shit. Like that's what it is. That's what he's doing. It was wrong. It was very incorrect. But when you're doing fuck shit like that, you tend to tell people to keep shit on the low. It's a factual statement. It's a factual statement. And also, like, when you fucking around with underage people, you tell them to keep shit on the low. But there's just, and all the screenshots that have been shared, I feel like that would have been like the first shit. You feel me? I feel like the only reason I can lean more on what Rustage said about not knowing she was 16 is because if there was, like, with, like I said, the J Music guy, oh, that shit hit first. The fact that he knew beyond a shadow of a doubt, that shit hit first. And I feel like Rustage being who he is, if you about to go public with some shit on Rustage, that's what you about to hit first. That he definitively knew that she was this age and he still like you gonna get that. You gonna get that screenshot. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You wouldn't levy all of this without that screenshot. You feel me? That's the only reason I think I'm thinking the way I do right now, because I feel like if he knew she was 16, then there would be something about it. Like, you'd be able to catch him in that screenshot shit. You'd be able to catch it. Now, she says there was deleted messages, but something deleted, but she says she could still get the screenshots. I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? But like, as far as I'm concerned on the situation, you got a disgruntled ex who's pissed off and wanted to go after her ex for something, and this is what she did. Like I said, I don't know the parameters around their breakup, but she's pissed. Could it be because she ghosted, or because he ghosted her for a year or something like that? But this wasn't nothing but a shot. I don't feel this has anything to do with just, oh, I just wanted people to know. I feel this has everything to do with Thigh High is pissed at Rustage for something, ghosting her, whatever. Because it don't make no sense that you tell people, wait, hold on, look. This part. I hate to have to say this, but if you're friends with my ex, you are not my friend. After knowing what he's done, cheated on me with a minor, lied to me about major aspects of his life, and ghosted me for over a year. Y'all really think there ain't nothing in there? Okay, I can't consider anyone who still considers him a friend or is actively friendly to him a friend of mine. Business or cultural relationships don't bother me, but I can't continue to be friends with people who are friends with him. I'm done with it. I don't hate you. I'll be friendly to you, but you're not my friend. Look, I'm just saying, she was saying, like, people that have known this about him and are still his friend, she don't fuck with. Like, people who have known about it since it happened and are still his friend, she don't want to fuck with no more. I just find that to be a really weird statement, because, I mean, like, you were dating him and you still dated him after the fact. But all of a sudden, he ghosts you for however long and this, that. Now all of a sudden, you can't be friends with that. But that whole time you was dating him, everything was fine. Even after it happened. Y'all break up. You decide to go after him like this. And now you can't be friends with them. Sorry, there's just a lot more read between the line room on her end. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Rustage cheated. It was wrong. I know that. But that doesn't affect me. If you get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I seen The Rock cheated on whatever, damn, that sucks. I'ma still go catch his next movie though. Like, that's a personal thing. Like, yeah, within your own realm, you gotta move the way you do. But about the whole Rustage and the minor thing, like, man, the as far as the actual act, whether or not, like, sorry, the actual act with him, assuming he didn't know, and that it happened with the dildo toy. So the cheating thing, yeah, Rustage, bad. Don't do that again to anyone. Damn it. And the 16-year-old thing, bad. Check motherfuckers' IDs at the door. You are a nightclub. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be more vigilant. And I assume now he's old. I forget. I know he's in his 20s. I don't know exactly how old he is now, but I'm very sure that shit has hit home, especially after that situation. But like cancel room, really, some kid shit that happened 5 years ago that a disgruntled ex wants to bring up now to do jabs. Because come on, if you think she did this and it wasn't because she's salty about something, bro, I can't help you. Especially after saying he ghosted me for a year. Just that sentence in and of itself, you know what I'm saying? That part, and like the whole, and I've seen like Twisted Savvy. Like I fuck with Savvy. Y'all know I fuck with Savvy. I'm gonna continue to fuck with Savvy, like no matter what. Period. Like her content's cool. Like I don't watch like crazy, but hold up, it's the don't tell anyone for me, and I could definitely understand where she coming from that. You see something like don't tell anyone, 19-year-old, 16-year-old, shit look bad, but at the same time, there are just more reasons that he could have said don't tell me or don't tell anyone. Like dude was cheating on his girlfriend, wrong, 100%. But that and like being who he was, well, I don't know, like 5 years ago, I don't know how big he was 5 years ago, but still, don't tell anyone. He got a girlfriend. He ain't trying to have that shit to get around. That's yeah, it's an easy thing for him to say and fall back on, but it's a true ass statement. And I still feel like if he knew she was 16 straight off the top, there's something. If that is a thing, then there is something. There is some text, there's some Discord, there's all these screenshots coming out. You can't tell me that there ain't something that proves that. All these drops and this exposed and all there, you should have led with that piece of information if it was had. You know what I'm saying? If he knew that shit exists physically, ain't no doubt. With his messages in it, just like the J Music dude, his messages were sprawled across that bitch. So, wait, what's it? I keep saying J Music, but I think I'm wrong about his name, and I think I just might be like flaming another artist that had nothing to do with it. So if I am, my bad. But yeah, guys, that's my take on it. Like honestly, for me, this whole shit is still childish. I feel like Thigh High entered this thing on some straight up high school energy. If you was feeling a type of way about it, you should have dropped it at ground zero. You should have dropped it when it happened. You should have let this shit be known, not 5 years later, after y'all broken up, after he's ghosted you for a year, and you feeling a type of way. Ain't no way. So me personally, I'm not hitting Rustage like that with this one. I ain't trying to cancel dude. We still gonna react to his music. I feel like this is one of those women scorned things. Rustage cheated. Bad. If there is proof that he knew that girl was 16, our opinion might change. I'm not gonna lie. But I have not seen that, and I feel like enough screenshots have been shared that if it existed, that shit would have hit by now. So I go off the opposite that the man didn't know, and of course he said keep it under wraps. He had a girlfriend. He was doing fuck shit. That is what it is. That's my take on it, guys. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, follow me on all the other social media, and I'll catch y'all next one, fam. Peace.